And we now speak to presidential spokesperson Sal Panelo. Good morning, attorney. Thank you for taking our call.
Good morning.
Sir, earlier reports said that China is rejecting a third-party investigator on the probe into the June 9 Recto Bank incident. Why is that? What reasons did they give you? What did they say?
First, it's not actually a rejection. You must remember that first they offered for a joint investigation, and then the president accepted that. And then their response was there not, there may, there is no need for a third party. For after all, if we agree on something, then what is there to put the two sides to a third party? In other words, that's a suggestion from them too, not a rejection in that sense.
But in the event that you have differing reports, what then?
Well, we have to insist how to resolve it. But I don't think that will come to that. I think since they have already offered to investigate the thing, and if they assured us if they find something wrong, they will impose sanctions to the guilty party, because they will not tolerate their word, irresponsible behavior.
How is the investigation going so far, sir? Was it an accident or was it intentional?
On our side, I have not seen the report. The president said he has to receive an initial report.
All right.
We're waiting for the final report.
When will the final report be released, sir?
I suppose soon.
No definite date.
Well, the sooner the better for all of us.
Sir, let's talk about the deal that President Rodrigo Duterte entered with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The president's critics are saying that since it's within the country's exclusive economic zone, the resources there should be exclusive to Filipinos. Why go into such a deal with the Chinese?
Let's put it this way. The situation is China claims he owns the entire South China Sea. And then we have the arbitral ruling in our favor with respect to certain areas there. Now, that is disputed waters. China doesn't want any intrusion. As far as they're concerned, they have sovereignty over that area. And as far as we're concerned, we won an arbitral ruling, and therefore we're entitled to that. Now, given the situation that China will not react positively to any intrusion from any country, then there could be trouble brewing if we do that. And in fact, other claimants have done it. There's trouble between China, Vietnam, Malaysia, China, Indonesia, China. And there have been armed conflicts between them. So the president feels that if we pursue aggressively a policy that will precipitate armed hostilities between the two countries, that will endanger our country. Now, you know, under the Constitution, specifically Section 4 of Article 2, it says, the prime duty of the government is to serve and to protect the people. Now, that is the constitutional command given by the Constitution to the President. On the other hand, under Section 2 of Article 12 of the Constitution, it says that the government should protect marine wealth. But if you do that at this time, then what is there to protect with respect to the Filipino people and the country as a whole if there is armed aggression that will eventually lead to armed hostilities that will escalate into more bloodshed? Are we saying that we're going to endanger the Filipinos? That's why the president is avoiding this. He will not wait for that to happen. If we can get the benefits that result from an arbitral ruling by way of the mechanism of diplomatic negotiations, then he should do that.
Sir, when was the verbal agreement between President Duterte and President Xi Jinping made? And is that
That,
verbal agreement legal?
of course, that was 2 years ago. That was done during the bilateral meeting between the two countries, attended by the President of China and his ministers, President Duterte, and us, members of the cabinet.
Why wasn't it announced then?
What do you mean? It was not announced. There was no need for that. Well, when you have to announce it, nobody was asking about it.
Well, are there other verbal agreements that the president made that the public
But
doesn't know about?
first, the bilateral meeting was recorded. There is a record for that. Subsequent to that, the Secretary of Foreign Affairs made certain meetings with his counterpart. And that was what was decided on. And, let me correct myself that it was not announced. The Secretary of Foreign Affairs, as far as I can remember, made several announcements with respect to that. And I remember, too, that I made announcement on that. I said that because of that talk, the fishermen in Scarborough were allowed to fish, where before it was shoot away. There has been some trouble when fishermen went fishing there.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that agreement, that was solved.
All right, sir. Are there any other verbal agreements that the public, like this, that the public doesn't know about?
No, that's the only modus vivendi that was agreed.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Presidential Spokesperson Sal Panelo.